Good morning, Vlogmas day 2. Made it 2 days. This morning I am going to be making some eggnog French toast with sugared pecans and spiked real whipped cream. Yum yum. And then I need to plant my paper white bulbs. If you've never done that, it's a wonderful thing you could do. It's really inexpensive little holiday hack. And you can buy the bulbs at like Ace or Lowe's or Home Depot, any kind of store like that. And right now is a great time. If you plant them right now, they'll be in full bloom for Christmas and New Year's. Just think of like white daffodils that smell really good. And I'm gonna plant mine today, and I'll show you guys how to plant them because you want to plant them really shallow. And yeah, anyway, I'll show you guys how to do that. And then today, in our little village, it is erupting in the holiday spirit. We have Santa Claus who's going to come to town tonight. The town square is completely decorated. He has this little workshop house. They brought it in. I mean, it's crazy. There's elves everywhere, literally elves running all over town. And we have a wonderful garden club that has decorated Main Street. So we're going to go to town this afternoon. We're going to welcome Santa as he arrives to his workshop. It's his first day, and all of our village community is going to be there to greet him. So it's pretty exciting. And also today is our village puts the wreaths out on the door. So I'm hoping that Ken remembers and puts a wreath out on our door because we don't want to be the bah humbug family. Anyways, let me get the camera turned around. I'll show you how I'm going to make this eggnog French toast, sugared pecans, spiked whipped cream, and just, yeah, get into this holiday spirit. Super easy. Take 8 eggs and beat them. Add a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. That looks pretty good. Give this a mix. And then simply add 2 cups of eggnog. Yum. This looks so good. I have some challah bread. I'm going to go ahead and slice it in 1-inch slices. I like to slice it on a diagonal too. It gives a bigger surface area for the French toast. I like to put it in the custard mixture and let it soak about 30 seconds on each side. In a hot pan with a little bit of butter, cook off your French toast. To make the sugared pecans, I put 1/4 cup of granulated sugar in a frying pan. I have it on medium heat. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water and go ahead and let this all heat up and get dissolved. I added about a 1/2 cup of pecans, and I'm just going to let these cook until the syrup gets all caramelized. I don't even know if that's a word. But just let it cook. I just cook this for just a few minutes, like 4 or 5 minutes, and all the water evaporates. The sugar becomes caramelly, and you can smell the pecans. They're very toasted. I'm going to get this turned out on a piece of parchment paper and let them cool. And then just go ahead and pour them out onto your parchment paper. And then I just try to get them in a single layer so they can cool quicker. And then sprinkle with a little salt if you would like. It's kind of yummy like that. And just let these cool because they're, I think, the temperature of the sun right now. So be careful if you have little kids. Let them cool completely. Now that the nuts have cooled, we're just going to run our knife through them. You can hear how crunchy they are. And that's how easy it is to make sugared pecans. In my mixer, I have 1 cup of cold whipping cream, and I'm going to start getting this whipped. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a tablespoon of bourbon. We're having spiked whipped cream today. And I'm going to gradually, with the mixer on, add 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. That looks wonderful, and that's spiked whipped cream. We're going to put it on top. We're living dangerously today. It's the holidays. Let's get this put together. The first thing I'm going to do is just drizzle on just a little tiny bit of maple syrup, not much. Put a big dollop of that spiked whipped cream. Sprinkle with a few candied pecans. Eggnog, French toast with candied pecans and spiked whipped cream. I can't wait. It looks so good. This is holidays on the plate. This French toast is so yummy. Wow, so good. Let me show you something you can do with leftover bread. Like if you're making French toast and you have a small family, or sometimes our family's so big we do a couple of loaves of bread and we have the end pieces. I'll show you what you can do with those, and if you have any of the custard left over and any whipped cream or nuts or whatever you have, I'll show you how you can roll it into a leftover makeover dessert that is so delicious and so easy. So you can use up whatever you have after a French toast weekend. I took some ramekins and I buttered them, and then I chopped up any ends of the challah bread. I did a couple of loaves of the challah bread, and I ended up with the end, so I don't want to waste it. I also threw in, you know, just a little sprinkling of cranberries and whatever leftover pecans that I had from the French toast. I'm going to take some cinnamon, and we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on top of each one. Give it a little extra pizzazz. And then the leftover custard that I have, I'm going to fill each of these ramekins. And we're going to make the most delicious, like New Orleans style bread pudding. I'm just topping off the bread puddings with a little more eggnog. We're going to let this sit for about an hour because we want the bread to soak up all of the eggnog and the egg mixture before we bake this off. While the bread pudding is cooling, I'm going to go ahead and plant the paper white bulbs. Today I'm planting some paper whites in these ceramic potting containers. I have some potting soil, and I have some bulbs. The paper whites come in bulbs like this. They don't like to be covered completely. They like to be planted shallowly. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get 5 of them in here. Looks pretty good. I'll come back with some potting soil. And you just want to cover around the neck of the bulb. Maybe just a little more. Looks great. I'm going to go ahead and water this in. So I got all the paper whites planted. They like to be planted kind of shallowly, And I watered them in, and I set them over here next to the grow lights. These are the Arrow Gardens that we got about a week ago. And you can see the lettuce is already coming in. And like over here, this is dill coming in. And basil. So pretty cool. So I'm putting all the bulbs over here because I figured the grow lights might help a little bit in getting them going. And it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks for these to be in full bloom. So this will be perfect for Christmas into New Year's. And they smell so good. We stopped by Sal's Pizza on Main Street and we got a slice of pizza before we go see Santa. This is New York pizza. We're here at Santa's house and he's expected momentarily. We have Christmas carolers singing, the crowd's gathering. You could just feel the excitement in the air. So here's Santa's little house. So cute. So we're looking into Santa's house. How cute. He has like a old round oak stove to keep it warm. Nice big chair. Pretty cute. He has his Christmas tree up too. Beautiful. Hi, Frosty. Give me 5.
Looking good, Frosty.
There's Rudolph.
Santa.
Yes. We believe Santa. Hi, Mrs.
Hello, welcome. You know, Cooperstown is such a special place. Those of us who live here, those of us who visit here all know that. But one of the main reasons it's so special is every year on this day, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus come back here, their second home, and come to their cottage for weeks and weeks to see all of the kids and hear what they want and what they've done this year, and we're always happy and honored to welcome them both home. So let's give a big round of applause for Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Thank you, Mayor Jeff. Oh, we just love being in Cooperstown. It's the Christmas village.
Woo! Yeah.
So, boys and girls, do you think we should open the Christmas season now? What do you think? Shall we? So, let the tree be lit.
It's Christmas magic! Now you guys didn't think we forgot about this bread pudding, did you? No. This has been calling my name. Just think of New Orleans meets Christmas Eve. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to cut the video right here. I need to take care of this.